Hello YouTube, me again with another YouTube video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the model of 1911. This model has actually been produced by Brickarmory, so if you would like to get your hands on this model, as well as see a working version of it in real life, I highly suggest that you guys go and you check out Brickarmory. I actually really liked this model because I wanted to see the designs and the features that he was able to kind of jam pack into this model as a whole and really get to know it. When I received this model as an LDD file, like I said, I believe I got it from his YouTube video of the model. I really found it kind of hard to put together because the model does come in pieces. Obviously, because it would be super difficult to put it together inside of LDD. His model is 1:1 scale, and that's kind of important, and we're going to talk about that. And something else that I wanted to kind of compare to is my model of 1911, which is the one in the back. So there's quite a bit going on here, and I personally now find my 1911 to be pretty unattractive in comparison, but we'll discuss that. So obviously the one in the middle and the one to the right are his model of 1911, two different versions. You have a standard version and then you have a competition version. And then you have mine to the left from Rainbow Six Siege, specifically modeled for the FBI operators. So if we take a look at these inside of LDD, you can see that comparably in size, his is smaller than mine, but like I said, his is 1:1 scale as it's been stated. So that kind of makes me wonder mine might be oversized as opposed to his being 1:1 scale. So if we put these kind of side by side, you can see mine is a little bit taller and a little bit longer as opposed to his. Mine is also much wider. Mine is 4 studs wide. His is 3 studs wide. So I was going to actually go through in this video and do a couple different comparisons between the two of these models. So you've already heard some of them. Mine being 4 studs wide, his being 3 studs wide. Where the difference in that comes from is his magazine is 1 stud wide. My magazine is 3 studs wide, as you can see. So just a kind of interesting difference there. He has side panels on his. I also have side panels on mine. I really like. I do feature a magazine release, as you can see here. His does not, because there is a different mechanism going on up here for his grip safety and his trigger. So I too have a working trigger and a working grip safety and a magazine that goes relatively all the way up there, but not entirely. So again, he's working with 3 studs worth of space. I'm working, he's only working on the inside for these internal mechanisms with 1 stud worth of space. I'm working with 3 studs worth of space on the internal mechanisms. His gun overall has a lot more going on than mine, just so you guys know. So I personally find his to be, like I said, a little bit more attractive than mine. Hammer is relatively the same in the back of the slide as well. You can see that we're using the same type of slope pieces to get the same type of curve on the back of the gun itself. He uses cheese slopes on top of his. His is 3 stud wide. That's really the only thing that he could do to do that. I'm using bow slopes to get a more rounded curve. His entire slide 3 studs wide. My entire slide 4 studs wide. For the bottom portion here where the mainspring is housed, his is 1 stud, mine is 2. You can see that he has a hole in the end of this to represent where our guide rod would go, and I do not, because I used upside down pieces to be able to kind of accomplish this curve going on here. Sights are relatively the same, really no big difference in the sights at all. So he has a 1 stud wide barrel, I have a 2 stud wide barrel. And my grip overall is a little bit more rounded than his. He's using cheese slopes on his, and I'm using these really, really big pieces. His back of his is a lot more rounded than mine. I'm using flat plates on mine. He's using actual slopes. So, like I said, I actually have a lot of respect for his model. To me, his looks a lot more like a 1911 than mine does. So, respect to him. Other than the magazine release, I'm pretty sure we have all the exact same features. So slide lock, safety, which is ambidextrous on his and mine. So yeah, like I said, I have a lot of respect for Brickarmory. Working with 3 stud wide pistols, really difficult. Trust me, I know. I don't work with 3 stud wide pistols for a reason. 4 stud wide, just a lot easier. This is his competition version, so a couple of changes. There's a new slide on this one with lightning cuts. There's a red dot mounted on top of this. It's really nice looking red dot. Really appreciate this micro red dot design. Extended magazine so that it has more rounds in it. And it has a compensator on the end of the weapon as well. Really like this design. Really do. We can just press this. There we go. Sorry, burped in my mouth. That is the Brickarmory model of 1911 compared to my model of 1911 from Rainbow Six Siege. If you would like to get this model, I believe you still can from the Brickarmory YouTube channel. I highly recommend him. He has fantastic looking weapons, and he has a really cool serial system that he uses on these guns. To kind of denote how many he's made. So, like I said, highly recommend that you guys check him out on his YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos similar to this one. See you guys later in another YouTube video.